Thanks so much for joining me for my January favorites. So we tried some new products, not as many, but the ones that I tried were really, really lovely, and I think most of the items are favorites here. So let's go ahead and start with the face product. Now this one I haven't really shown in action. I actually had questions about this one when I wore it for a video and I hadn't filmed that look, of course, but this is what I had on my face, and it's a product that is not a foundation. It's not even a skin tint. What it is it's called a Weekend Skin SPF 50, and it's got vitamin C and glow. It's by Iris and Romeo, and this has 50 SPF mineral. So the active ingredient in here is zinc oxide 10%. So when you see this on my face without any other makeup on, you can see it does not leave a white cast. It has actually a little bit of an olive tone, which cuts the red, and it looks like a lovely filtered effect, and it does have glow. So when I apply this, I don't apply any kind of moisturizer because it's so moisturizing. So that's what I have on my face with a little bit of concealer today, no foundation. And this one's in Universal. So of course I'll leave a swatch here for you of Universal. And they also sent another one, which now I don't know what I did with it, but I unboxed it recently, and I will leave a swatch here, but it's got, where is it? I will leave a swatch here for you. I tried it this morning and it actually has more color than I thought it would. It adds color for me, so let me know if you'd like to see that one, but it has glow in it. So this actually comes in 3 shades. So this one, like I said, is Universal, and it looks to be lighter than the other two. The second one is Warm Glow. So I'll show you Warm Glow now, which is a sheer golden glow. Again, it adds a little bit of color to my medium tone. So just know, if you were wondering, if you have a little bit more of a rich skin tone, that might be nice. And it does have glow. And then they have sheer bronze glow, which I don't have, but that also looks really beautiful. I can imagine using that as a bronzer. If you wanted to use all SPF products, that might be really pretty. So again, this has vitamin C in it. It also has niacinamide, vitamin E, and then some other great ingredients in it. I did reach out to Iris and Romeo to let them know how much I enjoyed this product, so they refreshed another one, sent the Warm Glow so I could swatch that for you. And the reason I reached out also is to see if they had a promo code for you, so they did provide one. So look in the description box below. I'll leave the information there in case you wanted to try it and get a little bit of a discount on it. But it has been my daily go-to. I will wear it with no foundation. I will wear it with a little bit of concealer. I've tried it with foundation. Actually, I tried it with the Lisa Eldridge skin tint, which is also very nice. I didn't put that on my face today, but if you want to see this, I did a 9-hour wear test. I really meant to do it with the concealer that she recently released, but I did it with this too, and it looks really lovely, really, really lovely. So these worked in tandem. This is beautiful on its own as well. This one's in T8. And then for the evenings, I went really, really minimal. And this is something that's not new, but it's the Chantecaille Sheer Glow. This is a gold face tint. So I love putting this on. It has a lovely dry down to it as well, but it feels like skincare. It has a filtering effect to it. And I go in with that, and I use the Chantecaille Camoflauge Stylo both under the eye and on dark spots when I want to go really, really natural for the evening. I do follow up with powder products like blush and things like that, so it does kind of mesh everything together, but this is in 4C. So if you want a really lovely, lightweight, very natural evening look, then these two together by Chantecaille are beautiful. So I went underneath the lash line with Trench because that cuts the red. It can get a little red, you'll see. So I do a side by side on the application of the base product, so you can kind of see it build. And even though it looks really natural, you can see the difference it makes. And I think that's really key, is to be able to see that difference with no makeup, because when it's really natural, sometimes it's hard to see what actually happened to get here. So you can see the difference with that side by side. I went in under the eye with this Westman Atelier. This one is in M2, so just under the eye here. And this is not as perfecting as the Chanel under eye concealer, which I love. If I want something perfecting, I will go in with that Chantecaille. Did I say Chantecaille? The Chanel eye concealer, this one, if I want perfecting. So I will use this in 40. But if I want something that's less perfecting, then this Westman Atelier in M2, can I have it here? And for something less perfected, I will go with the Chantecaille Camoflauge Stylo. Of course, Nothing is as good as this CdP Concealer. I tried this Lisa Eldridge out, and for my needs, because my areas that need coverage are so large, like this is the length of that dark spot, and then it's about this wide. It just makes sense to use something that will cover more real estate more quickly, and I have such great positive experience with this. This is CdP. I feel like nothing really compares to this one. It has SPF in it also, SPF 27, where you want to keep the dark spots out of the sun and any sun damage. So SPF is really great for that. This is in Honey, and I have that on my dark spots today. And then just a little bit in terms of broken capillaries down around my nose. So that's what I used for all of my concealers. Of course, I went in with this. I've been using this nonstop since I tried it. It really surprised me. So if you saw that video, I was wondering what I was going to do with this, because it does not look like it makes sense how to use this, because you have this peachy toned shade here, you have a copper shade here, then you've got like a little bit lighter, almost peachy toned, then you have something lighter and cooler toned here also with glow. So it's not obvious, at least to me it was not obvious how to use this. So I had such a great success with it when I tried it out, and it looked really beautiful. The colors kind of just blended easily into each other. And so I love using this with other products too. I think that's one of the fun things I've been discovering with this, is not just using it on its own, but blending it and layering it with other products. So one of the fun things that I discovered along the way this month, when I did the Butterfly collection by Chantecaille, I paired it with this blush, which looks way, way too light for me. So this is their, I'm going to say their lightest blush of the Philanthropy blushes, and I have all of them. And I really hadn't used this one because it was always so light, and I thought it doesn't work with my skin tone. It's too cool, it's too light. And I took it out to use with the Butterfly collection because this is Butterfly. And so I added this on. It was cool, it's soft, and that's what I liked about it. And it worked. You could see it on my skin tone, and I layered it with this one on top, and that's what I have on now. So what I really liked about using this entire palette was the soft, very ethereal look that you can get with just these shades here. But I also wanted to cool down the blush a little bit because it does lean warm, and I wanted to use a cooler lip today. Also, I knew that, and I have a little bit of cool in the eye that I'll talk about in a moment here. So I did layer this on top as a blush topper of sorts, and I think it looks really beautiful. So I wanted to mention that I kind of rediscovered this by Chantecaille. It's beautiful. Speaking of pairing it and layering it with other things, so you'll see this in action. I do have some of it on my eyes as well. Bridge of the nose is where I applied it, inner corners as well, especially this color. It's really pretty. So I did combine it with a couple of eyeshadow palettes. I talked about intensifying. If you wanted to intensify in the corners, you could easily do that with any other palette that has a darker shade or a darker single shade. And I pulled this one because this is a really beautiful palette if you like these shades. Now, I haven't used it to its potential, especially with this yet, but this is what I used on the outer corner. These CdP shadows, if you were thinking about them, they're beautiful. They're amongst the most lovely, well-performing shadows out there. I did a 9-hour wear test on the face products, but I also had this on my eyes, and that was put to the test as well, and it looked beautiful after 9 hours of wear. So if you're wondering about these, this one is my favorite one. 3 Sun Dried Driftwood still is my favorite one, but this is also beautiful. So I'm going to try my best to try all of the shades in this year, because I love this so much, but it's really pretty. So I have it paired with that one. And then I also used this one. This is the Chantecaille. This is the Nymph Eye Trio. There were 2 that were released, and in the video I said this is one of the most highly anticipated collections, and that's for me because I love Chantecaille products. I wait for these releases. They don't happen very often, just a few times a year, and then when they do release a collection, it's very curated. So a lot of thought has been put into these products. So I've got this, and I used this right here, which is a beautiful one and done right here. This is also a beautiful one and done if you like that lilac color. And this has the appearance of that butterfly wing effect, where it's a little bit more distinct in its particles where they catch the light, but it has that effect of butterfly wings. So if you like that, you can use it as a topper, but these two on their own, beautiful one and dones. Also beautiful together. I used the lilac shade as very soft eyeliner in that look. It's a little harder to see on camera, so I leaned close to the camera so you could see it, but it's I know it's harder to read from the camera. So if you want something a little bit more distinct, and I love this one on its own too, it's beautiful, and I'm curious about the new shadows as well. I went in with the Victoria Beckham eyeliner in Jeans, and I noticed that she had new brick palettes come out. Of course, I will try at least one or two. Now there's like a greener shade that I don't know if I'll pick up. They do look really intense, which is not my aesthetic right now. So that's one of the things I'm hesitating about. So it looks like you'll get a lot of color payoff, but might be too much for me. But there are two neutral palettes that I'm considering, and then I think there's a blue one. But this one in Jeans is beautiful. Really brings out some beautiful shades in brown eyes. I always know that blue shades next to my eyelash line, like an eyeliner, or anything that's in that purple range, look really beautiful on brown eyes. So if you were wanting this, I have that really close to the lash line. Yeah, it's just very close to the lash line, not taking up too much real estate on the lid, and then just smudging it out like that. I also used, oh, I forgot to mention, I used this Sweed product in Bright, and I've tried so many of these brightening pencils before, and they have not worked for me. They're either too thick, they skip, they don't look natural, they're too opaque. So it has to be a little bit sheer, but have a slight glow, and also be really even going on and have great wear to it, so it's not patchy as the day wears on. And this one is really pretty. It really is the one that's come the closest to looking natural on me. So I have been enjoying using this one on the daily basis as well. We have, oh, before I forget, we do have some skincare that I know I always forget to talk about, but these are parts of my daily routine. And this one, I unboxed this, and one main reason I purchased this is because this works with our shower. It's got some white glass tiles and then goldish accents, and so that's why I picked it up. It's called St. Jane. It's a pore clarity cleanser. It's a glass bottle. I think it's glass, or if not, really thick plastic, I can't tell. So what I enjoy about this is that it is enough of a gel cleanser to get a little bit of foam and get the rest of the residue off. Not that I need it with the elements. It does a really nice job, but I also like to double cleanse. So this one was really nice and is really nice. I continue to use it. I just need one pump. And then when I get out of the shower, I've been using this quite a bit. It's a body acid serum, exfoliating body serum. I've tried a few products now by this Josh Rosebrook company. They have sent me some things. There was a cleanser I didn't particularly love because it didn't suds up and foam up like a gel, like I expect a gel to, but this one has been really nice. Like I said, it's a serum, so I go in with this first, and I like this idea of taking care of the rest of the skin just like I would on my face. So I go in with this, and then I've been following up with this, since it's winter, a nice rich cream. This is Decorte, and this is their treatment body cream. It's a very luxurious cream. It looks like this. It reminds me a little bit of the Clé de Peau, if you've tried their lotion. It reminds me of that one. Very luxurious. And plus the packaging is beautiful. This is a brand that I mentioned that if I didn't have my Chantecaille products, I'd be using Decorte products. That's how closely their products perform for me, and I really like them. Lovely fragrance on this. It does have fragrance, but it's beautiful. For even tone, I've been using this as well. So I try all kinds of brightening and even tone kinds of products. This one is by Omorovicza. I believe there's a promo code for you, so look down in the description box. But this is how it looks. It comes in this. But I do use these products that are sent to me, and I really give them a good test. And I want to see if they irritate my skin, do they interfere with makeup, and so far I haven't gotten any adverse reactions. Don't notice it interfering with makeup or other skincare that I have. That's important to me. If it's interfering with other parts of my skincare, then I'll stop using it. But I anticipate that I will use the whole bottle up. And so far, I mean, my skin is in some of the best condition it's been in ever. So I will not risk ruining that by testing out a product that I don't get along with. So the fact that I continue to use it means that it is working really nicely along with everything else. I've been trying this out. So this is also a new product to me. This is Sweed. This is the brow serum, and I remembered that I had this and I should probably try it. So I have been applying it to my eyebrows, and I feel like they're doing a nice job growing back in. I don't have brow gel on today, so I just have a little bit of brow pencil, but you'll see in the Get Ready With Me how my brows look. And then I was talking to my dermatologist about, what's it called? Latisse. I was talking to my dermatologist about Latisse. I told her I've been using it for years, and then she asked if I've tried the Obagi or Obagi maybe, eyelash serum. And so I picked it up to try it because my Latisse had run out. I forgot to get it refilled, so it's been a little while. So I thought, let's try this, and I'll let you know how it goes. But it's a eyelash enhancing serum, so I'm using this nightly as well. So I feel like I always forget to talk about skincare, but it's such an important part of everything. I think that's where it all starts, so I need to make sure to talk about those with intent on these videos. One other thing I wanted to mention was this Biossance Pro Peptide Lip Perfector. So I have lipsticks, lip glosses, lip products everywhere, in my bag, in my nightstand, just everywhere, because I'm typically looking to put lotion on my hands and also to hydrate my lips. And this has been really nice. So this comes in a little, it says 24-hour moisture vegan balm, but it comes like this kind of applicator. And it's really nice and comfortable, and it absorbs nicely. So I've been enjoying that. This is one I use nightly. So I wanted to mention that. Oh, and I wanted to mention these shirts, these silk shirts that were sent to me. So thank you so much to Quince for sending them, but they have come in really handy for filming. So I always film with something lighter on the top because it bounces the light really beautifully. And I also wear these out in the world. What I love about silk is it's so easy to pack. So I'll be going to Vegas. I don't know if you'll see this before or after, but I'll be traveling with them because they take up so little space. Yeah, and I can just let the wrinkles out of this really easily, and it's okay if it's a little wrinkled from being in luggage. But I enjoy a nice button down, or they have a pullover silk top, and there's another button down with blue stripes on it that I'm really enjoying. So if you've been wondering about other tops I've been wearing, they've probably been by Quince. The other white tops that I love are by Jenni Kayne. So I have a short sleeve one by Jenni Kayne that's more elevated. It's more like a thin, almost sweatery material, like a knit cotton. And then I have a long sleeve version as well. So it's more like traditional t-shirt material, the longer sleeved version. So I do love a good white top, and I've decided my husband and I are starting to wear the same uniform because that's his uniform. White top, jeans, and that's kind of what I've been ending up wearing also. Not on purpose, but I feel like we are starting to dress the same. Oh, I can't forget, I am enjoying the Rouge Coco Balm Shine. So I have the one in Honey something, Honey Bliss. Oh yeah, it is Honey Bliss. So I have Honey Bliss. I'll swatch it for you because it's in my bag right now. And then this other one I'm also enjoying. I have this on with, I'm gonna have to tell you what else I have it on with because it's not the only thing I have on. But 762 is Raspberry Kiss is the other one that I have. And this is definitely on the cooler side. If you were looking for a cool lip, this is on the border of almost too cool for me. Like almost too cool. So I warmed it up with these. These are amongst my favorite lip products ever whenever I try them. So these are the lip sheers by Chantecaille. It's part of the Le Papillon collection. And this one, Ringlet, is almost slightly lighter than my skin tone. So I applied this, but there's also a little bit of warmth there. And I applied it with this too. I applied this on top just to warm it up a little bit. Slightly, it's not like it's super warm, but it's just slightly warmer. This is Monarch by Chantecaille. So of course I will swatch for you both. What did I say? Ringlet is one of the shades, and then Monarch is the other shade that I have. So I typically enjoy all of the lip sheers, and in this case I'm enjoying both of them. This is an interesting brush I wanted to call out. So this is by BK Beauty. It's a newer brush of theirs. It's two-sided concealer, and at first I thought this was too large for a concealer brush, but actually because I have such large areas to conceal, it makes a lot of sense to use something larger. And then also I love this angle here because it can pull that Clé de Peau concealer up and out and have a nice line that's not super defined, but it's definitely a line, and that can help clean that area up. I did want to mention, I'm so happy I have this again. This is the Chantecaille Faux Seal Longest Lash Mascara. I've been really enjoying revisiting this because I've been trying out other mascaras, as you know, and I try to use up product before I open up a new one because I don't want to waste. But I am so glad I opened this up because it provides that length, volume, and it doesn't clump, it doesn't flake, and it doesn't build up in a way that a lot of other mascaras do, where I end up with a lot of like excess on the ends. It's usually quite tapered when I apply this, and they don't stick together. So if you want separation while you get that volume and length, then Faux Seal Longest Lash Mascara, it is my favorite. In terms of powder, I just put on a little bit of powder, and it was Hourglass Dim Light. It just helped to bring the concealer and the not concealed areas together while still maintaining glow, but it didn't take down the glow, it just muted it slightly. But you can see it's quite glowy today, and it's because I skipped this powder, although I was very tempted to add this powder. I did not. Should we add some powder? I feel like I want to add powder. Let's just add a little. We're at the end here now. I did a get ready with me. I've done this whole thing, so let's just add a little, just a little. I can't help but add it, but slightly, just right here. In case you really like that look, like I do, it just looks smoother to me and is not as glowy, but I know some people really like the glowy look, but I just really just added it there. I think I will always love this powder, but I did not apply it until now. And then fragrance, I can't really pick one right now because I'm still trying them out. Although I have to say Gardenia, which is not there because I just realized I'm missing one. Because I've been using it and it's in the other vanity area. So I'm gonna have to take that out because I need to balance that out. I just noticed that, that's so funny. But I have been enjoying the Les Exclusives Gardenia by Chanel. It's been really pretty. Please let us know what your favorites are. What have you been loving for not just beauty products like skincare and body care and makeup, but I'd love to know your fashion picks as well, including bags and accessories. Let us know what those are, because I think I keep wearing the same things over and over, which is not a bad thing, but I also wonder what I'm missing. So let me know what you've been loving. And I keep forgetting to thank you so much if you have recently subscribed, and of course, if you have been a longtime subscriber, thank you so much for all of the support. We are on our way to 25,000. Slowly, but we're on our way. So thank you so much. And thank you for those of you who have let other people know about the channel who you think might be interested. I really appreciate it. But that is it for today's video. So please take care of each other. Stay well if you enjoyed this video. If you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.